It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up, Ballroom Gang? It's Eddie, and welcome back to another review. And today I got a guest with me. Way long ago, this person has been with me from, I want to say, high school, from the beginning to the end. But I want to introduce you guys to Romello. Romello, how you doing?
Good, good. Thanks, Eddie, and welcome, fans of the Boiler Room. As Eddie said, that we go all the way back from high school. You know, he's a really cool guy and everything. But just to give you a little background on my end, my name is Romello Rogers. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. Love it, and I'm glad to be here today.
All right. So today we both gathered here today to review a 2019 yeah, 2019 film Kim Possible. So when we was growing up, we was watching the Kim Possible like cartoons and shit like that. First give me an idea of the cartoon.
I love the cartoon. Seasons 1 through 3. That's when they made the Kim Possibly Soda drama movie, and then I was like, nah, you can't just end the movie there. And then when they came out with the season 4, when she had the car, her and Ron were dating, I was like, nah, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy it's back. I I adore the cartoon.
And you can say that you felt very comfortable with the characters and the voiceovers that the people did with them, right?
Yeah. Like it's something about watching something when you're a kid. Like you grow up with those same voiceovers, with those same actors and everything, and then you just attach to them.
Now, for Kim Possible herself, how do you feel about that character?
Listen, it's a TV show. Honestly, in real life, it'll be such a stress for a teenager to save the world at night, still get our homework done, be a cheerleader, be one of the most popular girls at school. It would be a real stretch. But the character is real fascinating. Some students would reside with her because of the fact how much she does. Not to the extent of how much she does, but there's a lot of people they do a lot throughout their school careers, high school careers, and everything. So it's definitely a character people can relate to, but just as feasible, no, but relatable, yes. So it just makes her character even more likable.
Okay, so let's start talking about the movie. Um, so this is like we give someone like the cartoon. It starts off with this girl named Kim Possible and her best friend Ron, who are superheroes in a sense. Now I feel like this is a beginning of an origin story of how certain characters were met in a way. Because if you can remember in the cartoon, Ron always had that little fucking rat,
Mm-hmm.
like naked mole rat, whatever. Now in the movie, he finds the rat and keeps it. Now that for me was like, okay, now you're trying to tell us how he found the rat. Why didn't you tell us how fucking Ron and Kim Possible actually became friends and became a cohesive team? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, so that was one thing that I honestly didn't like about that movie is because they told the backstory with Ron and that fucking rat, but they didn't speak about Kim Possible and Ron. I was honestly when I heard about the movie, I honestly was thinking, okay, so I'm gonna learn about Kim Possible and Ron, and then how Draken and I forgot his fucking what's her name,
Hugo.
Shigo
Yeah.
actually came about. But no, they started off with just her fighting people, fighting a bad guy, and Draken's in fucking jail. So within that first couple of minutes of watching that movie, what was your idea of what you wanted to see?
Well, my basic idea is just like what you said. I wanted to more see origin. I wanted to see either it start off where we already know where left off at, like them already knowing each other, them already being acquainted, because we already know the backstory. Like the people that have seen the Kim Possible cartoon, they already know what to expect from the movie. But if you're gonna do a backstory, make sure you do it right. I personally didn't agree with him finding Rufus because Rufus was always there from the beginning. Like he was always a naked mobile. People would be like, "Ew, yo, what is that in your pocket?" Like he's always been there. So if you're going to do an origin story, make sure you do it right. Make sure you're getting all the pieces right. But in general, like people will do these live actions and they'll try to put their own spin on it. Try to just stay as close to the original as possible. I would have felt more comfortable if they would have just started out where everything left off. He already knew Rufus and everything. If you're not gonna do an origin of them meeting each other, then just keep it as the cartoon was. Like, don't try to add anything extra. Don't try to go back onto one thing and not go back into all the other aspects as well. If you get what I mean.
Hmm. All right, so now the characters. Let's pinpoint each characters. How did you feel about this Kim Possible from the Kim Possible cartoon?
Honestly, um, I didn't feel like she really fit the Kim Possible cartoon. I feel like they were trying to get the like the lifting too much. Like they tried to get a character that had that same top round lip and everything. And I feel like it just threw off the whole vibe and everything. I didn't really feel like she fit in the Kim Possible, like, just demeanor, the aspect and everything. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, "That's who they, got as Kim Possible." It was definitely a stretch for me. And then it's just like the voice, like we already spoke about the voice and everything,
Mhm.
so it's tough to like really get with somebody else's voice, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Uh, okay. What I didn't like about the Kim Possible is I feel like she was too much of a kid in a way.
Hmm.
Um, it was. I feel like her character tried, and her character was a little cocky bitch in a way. Because in like one of the scenes when she's talking with her mother, she's like, "Oh, I have this ready. I got this ready." I'm like, "Bitch, you going to a different school? It's not the same because you can be popular at one school and then they shit on you in the other." And
Exactly.
that's what they did. They shitted on her, and I actually laughed at that because I'm like, "That's what you get for being a cocky bitch." Yeah, everyone knows you as the superhero, but no one knows you as that kid. And I think they took a real life scenario of popularity and put that into her character, which I'm like, all right, now she's being bullied. She'll whoop their ass, but you won't let them.
Hmm.
Ron is a different story for me. I feel like Ron's character, he really tried too much with the voice, especially. I don't know if he that's his normal voice, and I hope it's not. But it's a little too much. It's not the Ron that I was used to.
Hmm.
It's again, it all comes down to how we was used to characters before. Like for example, the Scooby Doo back in our days to the Scooby Doo now ruined the whole shit for me because you got celebrities now doing the Scooby Doo voices, which is not the original ones who did them. But down to Ron and his character, it was just I don't like it. It was he did it a right Ron. I give it to that. He did exactly what Ron's supposed to be, but it was the voice that was throwing me off.
Yeah. Listen. Like we keep saying continuously, it's all about the voices with us. Like with me, Bracken was the one that threw me off because as
Okay.
soon as I heard his voice, I was just like, nah, I can't really do it. I can't do it. And you bring up a good point with Scooby Doo. People have been doing these live action movies from these cartoons for like a good minute. They've been doing it for years upon years. And with me, I feel like when I saw the Scooby Doo cartoon and then when I saw the Scooby Doo movie, I was able to like enjoy the Scooby Doo movie a little bit more. I was able to enjoy it just a bit more. I feel like if we would have got the Kim Possible live action first and then we would have got the cartoon, I feel like we would have ended up liking the cartoon still a little bit more.
Okay. Okay.
It's tough because even down to like the voices of the characters and even the graphics. The graphics, I couldn't do it with the graphics. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
I mean, it's movies now is just mainly about graphics and mainly about CGI and
Mhm.
wiring shit like that. And I don't know what it is. I think throughout all the years that we're going through, it's just becoming more fake, and you can tell through in a movie that you can either. For me, there was a movie that I saw the fucking line as they were going up in the air and swinging back and forth, but it is getting to the point where it's a little too much. And for this movie, you can tell there were certain parts that were fake, and you can tell that they were jumping off of something instead of actually jumping off of what they originally was on.
Yeah.
Um, Now, I had a little crush on Shigo. I don't understand how they made that character look so fine and made other characters look like shit. Like I was more into what Shigo was gonna do than what Kim Possible was gonna do.
Honestly, even a cartoon Shigo, I was like, wow, you're something. Even a cartoon Shigo, like, but you're definitely right. Yeah, if you're gonna cast one character right, you gotta make sure you cast all of them right. You gotta make sure. At the end of the day, these people just have to be okay with their product, and I feel a lot of times these producers, these different studios, they're not okay with their product because you have to really think about it from the viewer's perspective. Would they like this? Will they be comfortable with this? Are they gonna be okay with the voice characters, with the characters in general? Will it be cringy and stuff like that? I feel like the movie it had the idea, but it just missed in like a lot of different points and aspects because it's just like a show like Kim Possible, there's certain things that you can't remake. There's certain things that you can't remake, and if you have to remake it, you have to do it to like the utmost best ability. And then this girl, this teenage girl, she always had these gadgets. She always had these backpacks that allow her to fly. There was always something amazing that she was doing, and you have to make sure you really put the time and money into doing that correctly. And I feel like they were just like, okay, we're just gonna put this product out. It's just gonna be on the Disney Channel. It's not gonna be anything crazy. It's not gonna be on the It's not gonna be in the movie theaters. So we're just making it for a select audience. And then they gotta remember that there's certain people that grew up watching the show as a cartoon. So like we as adults, we're gonna go back to this and we're gonna be like, oh, let's watch this movie. Wait, I don't really like this movie. Like I don't really like what they did with it. Feel me?
All right, so I'm gonna throw this out there. If you was the director of Kim Possible,
Mm.
which celebrities would you cast for the roles?
Oh gosh, listen. If I had the budget, the first person that came to mind was Scarlett Johansson. Only because of the red hair. Only because of the red hair. Honestly, I would need some time. I would really need some time to think about that, but I would definitely do a better job with the casting because you just gotta make sure you're doing the product some justice. You always gotta make sure you're doing the product some justice. But like I said, if I had the budget, I'd be like, "Yo, Scarlett, you up for another movie? Like, can you take a break from Marvel for like 2 days for like a good minute?" But who would you be cast as the characters if you had the choice?
If I had a choice, Kevin Hart would be that technical dude. Real quick, right there. Kevin Hart would be that
Real
technical dude,
quick.
right? Scott, same person as you because of the red hair. Now Ron, and the other two, I will have to think on because you got to find that right person for them. Because you
Mm,
can't just throw somebody in there and they could be all shitty and not really, good for that moment.
you're right.
But let's see. Moral of the story: they just having another mission. Now we meet this girl who's a robot who not supposedly who drained the shit out of Kim Possible. I don't know how she really did it in a way, but supposedly she drained her mojo, try to be more better than Kim. She looked more better than Kim, to be honest. Throughout all the different outfits, like that's like Shigo's daughter. I want to say that's good fucking job what they did to that. But I honestly feel like they should have replaced it Kim Possible with that character.
Mm.
But then again, it's like now she brings her family into this. Now she brings a mother, grandmother, which I honestly didn't get because in the TV shows they were just parents. I didn't know they were fucking crime fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the story that the mother was a crime fighter too, but also was a smart genius or whatever.
Listen, that goes back to our point with the origin story. Make sure you do it right. Like, there's no point in adding anything extra. When we already grew up with something, we gotta look at this and be like, "Oh, this makes no sense." It's like they were making the movie for a completely whole different audience. And then you gotta understand, if you're gonna make it for a different audience, you gotta know that the people that was the ride or dies from back then, from the 2000s, they're gonna want to watch the movie too. And if we see some nonsense like that, we're gonna be like, "Wait, what? We don't remember that."
Anything else you gotta say about this movie?
Like I said, I saw what they were trying to do, but it's just like, you gotta make sure you're really knowing who your audience is. You have to understand who's gonna watch it, who's not gonna watch it. They were definitely making this movie for a completely different audience. Because we gotta put it into perspective. They're making it 14 years later, and it makes sense. It makes sense. Just about 14 years from the last Kim Possible movie, Soul the Drama. So it's about a 14-year gap from that movie. So I understand that they were like, okay, we got to make it for a completely new audience. But still, though, you got to make sure, like, you're going to have those ride or dies that are going to come back to that movie and be like, oh, you're making another Kim Possible movie. It's great. It's lit. Like, I can't wait to check it out. And then you were going to be like, oh, whoa, what is this? And everything.
All right. So after all in all, did you personally, your opinion, did you personally like it, or did you like didn't like it in a sense?
To be honest, I personally didn't like it. I'm going to revisit the movie again. Because I like to watch things multiple times. I want to see it from different perspectives. I want to, when I saw it the first time, I was thinking about it from the cartoon aspect. Now I'm going to think about it from a completely just fresh, new aspect and everything. So I always like to rewatch things, just get new ideas on it. So I'm definitely going to watch it again. But from the first time I watched it, I personally didn't like it.
Well, I can say I honestly didn't like it. This is why my ass sticks to fucking horror movies, but they're ruining horror movies too anyway. So it's like, fuck
Exactly.
if I don't, fuck it, I do. But Romello, honestly, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day on a Sunday, which you could have been doing something else, to actually come on the show today and actually talk about this movie. Any last words for anybody out there who want to shout out or whatever, stuff like that?
Listen, Boiler Room is great, Eddie. You're the only person I want to shout out right now, only because you're doing this when you could be doing anything else. We have to make sure with everything that's going on in the world, we got to be doing something productive. We got to make sure we're doing something that's really worth our time. So I appreciate you having me, and I can't wait to be back on again.
All right, Boiler Room Gang. That's Romello, high school friend. I'm Eddie. That's our review of Kim Possible. Don't go see it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, just hit that subscribe button. I need more subscribers. But yeah, honestly, Romello, thank you so much, man.
See you guys.
All right.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.